NFL Daily is presented by LinkedIn Talent Solutions. LinkedIn is helping you find the right people to hire. And if you go to linkedin.com/NFL Daily, that's where you can post your job opening for free. With that, we get into today's show. I am Will Scott. Welcome in to NFL Daily. And there's a lot of news and rumors to hit on throughout the National Football League. We begin with this from Tom Pelissero. In the last hour, this news broke. The Raiders plan to release veteran running back Kenyan Drake per source. Shocking news coming out of Las Vegas this afternoon. The Raiders over the next 2 years are taking on an $8 million dead cap hit. Moving on from Drake, we'll continue to keep you posted here on Chat Sports about all of that. But that probably being the most surprising news of the day. Raiders moving on from Kenyan Drake. Here's what's coming up on today's show. We're going to talk about Ndamukong Suh, where he might be headed. He's been linked to multiple teams, but one team seems to be linked to him more often than not. Isaiah Wynn in New England. Could he be traded? The Patriots have had talks about trading him. We're going to get also to some more NFL news from today coming out around the league. But let's start with Ndamukong Suh because there's a report that the Las Vegas Raiders remain interested. The Raiders have been the number one team linked to Ndamukong Suh throughout free agency, but it's not going to be cheap to bring him in. He's looking for more than $9 million per year. The Raiders definitely still have a need at defensive tackle. They can still get much better at that position. Granted, Jonathan Hankins returned to camp. He's slated to be, at least expected to be, fully healthy by the start of the season. You got Billings, Nichols, Pecco as well. So definitely some depth still needed on the Raiders' defensive line. Something to monitor because Ndamukong Suh is still out there and available. And even though he's getting up there in age, and I understand that, he's old, but the numbers are still good, right? 12 sacks the last 2 seasons in Tampa Bay. The numbers actually got better throughout the years in Tampa Bay. 2019, just 2.5 sacks, and then 12 sacks the last 2 seasons, 32 quarterback hits the last 2 seasons, and he's nearing 600 career tackles, 71 career sacks, 130 tackles for loss, over 212 quarterback hits for Ndamukong Suh in his career, nearly 200 games played. So he continues to be a productive player, and whoever brings him in is going to be getting a guy that's going to be hungry to come in and win. He's a Super Bowl champion. He wants to win another ring, and I think he's more than likely going to sign with a contender. Now, here are the teams that could be in pursuit of Ndamukong Suh. The Cleveland Browns are probably the second team that has been linked to him the most. Now, the Buccaneers are going to be linked just because that's where he played the last 3 seasons, but they brought in Akeem Hicks. I think Suh to Tampa Bay is rather unlikely. Minnesota and Carolina remain 2 teams that could also be interested in Suh. Go down and predict it. Where is Ndamukong Suh going to play this season? Go down in the comments section, chime in. I want to tell you about our friends at LinkedIn Talent Solutions because you can create a free job post in minutes on LinkedIn Jobs to reach your network and beyond to the world's largest professional network of over 810 million people. Then add your job in the purple hiring frame to your LinkedIn profile to spread the word that you're hiring so your network can help you find the right people to hire. Simple tools like screening questions make it easy to focus on candidates with the right skills and experience so you can quickly prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs #1 in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the candidates you want to talk to faster. Did you know that every week nearly 40 million job seekers visit LinkedIn? Post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That's linkedin.com/NFL Daily to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. And LinkedIn's going to allow you to bring the right people in the building. I was hired back in March by Chat Sports. I found them on LinkedIn and vice versa. Since we've expanded to over 20 people. How do we do that? Through LinkedIn Talent Solutions. Again, you can post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. Multiple teams have shown interest in Wynn, first-round pick in the 2018 draft. He's due to make over $10 million on his fifth-year option, so they picked up that fifth-year option. Now he's set to make over $10 million this upcoming year. And you're talking about a really, really solid player. Nearly a 75 overall PFF grade last year, 70.7 pass block grade, 76.5 run block grade, and over 900 snaps. You look at his stats from the previous year, they were even better. Nearly an 83 overall grade, 81.8 run block grade, 75.2 pass block grade, 641 snaps during the 2020 season. And we just learned this report earlier today that the Patriots have had talks with teams about trading Isaiah Wynn. Here are some teams that might make sense. Now, I would have the Miami Dolphins on this list, but a trade within that division is rather unlikely. So the Raiders desperately need some tackle help. That might make some sense. The Titans, the Chargers, the Vikings, and the Bucs, also teams that are expected to be in when you're talking about Wynn. So those teams as well really need some help on the offensive line. Now, take a guess. Will Isaiah Wynn get traded? Go down in the comments section. Predict it. Is he going to get traded? Where is he going to get traded? Go down, chime in. I think Las Vegas, much like Ndamukong Suh, probably the favorites here to land Isaiah Wynn. Coming up on today's show, we're going to get into some NFL news from around the league today. It's been a very, very busy Monday around the league. You've seen some trades. You've seen some cuts. Let's get into this news because we saw this break this morning. The Vikings have acquired a quarterback, Mullens, giving up a conditional 2024 seventh-round pick to the Las Vegas Raiders. And in Vegas, we saw a quarterback competition going on for the backup job between Mullens and Stidham. Mullens apparently was going to lose that job. They trade him to Minnesota, a team that was in desperate need for a backup quarterback because Kellen Mond's not very good. Now, I want to get into this as well because we got a big game coming up in a few weeks between the Browns and the Panthers. We're going to tell you who won that quarterback competition in a second at Carolina, but that is one of the most hyped up regular season games, and it's in week 1. So you got the Browns or you got the Panthers. Type B for Browns or type P for Panthers. Down in the comment section, who do you got in this much anticipated week 1 matchup? Baker Mayfield is the guy that has won that job in Carolina. The Panthers have announced him as the starting quarterback. Not a surprise. He looked better than Sam Darnold in camp. He looked better in preseason action. So Baker Mayfield, the Baker era is beginning in Charlotte. Very exciting for Panthers fans because they've had to deal with some pretty brutal quarterback play the last couple of years. Baker certainly an upgrade over Darnold. It's very interesting. Producer Patrick Seaman and I were talking about this before the show, but the Panthers are the underdogs, 4-point underdogs, even though Tashaun is suspended for this game, obviously. Probably going to be Jacoby Brissett against Baker Mayfield. Baker going up against his former team. Man, I'm probably going to pound the Carolina Panthers there, +4, maybe even take the money line. I think that's a great value bet because Baker Mayfield is going to be hungry going up against his former team. That's going to be a revenge game for the former first-round pick, former number 1 overall pick. Let's get into this news as well. This is pretty big news because Kayvon Thibodeaux is going to be okay. The ACL is intact. He has a sprained MCL, going to be out about 3 weeks. So crisis averted. Last night when he got injured, it did not look good. I think a lot of us thought it might be really, really significant, maybe a season ender, but the first-round pick is going to be fine. Might miss week 1, but should be back for week 2 of the regular season. This is also interesting. 49ers are signing veteran safety Tashaun Gipson. So Tashaun Gipson is going to the Bay. Spent 2 years, or I should say 2 seasons ago, he played for the Texans last season with the Bears. Now he's going to San Francisco to be a part of that defense, trying to make that football team. Going down south, let's talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because Tom Brady is back at practice. Mike Evans is also back. He has his helmet on and ready to practice. So Tom Brady went missing, and everyone's wondering, where is Tom Brady? Well, it's being reported that he was on family vacation in the Bahamas. So Masked Singer fans, you're out of luck. I don't think he was on the Masked Singer the last 2 weeks. But Mike Evans might be the bigger news because he had a hamstring tweak a couple weeks back. We didn't really know how significant that injury was. It's not significant. He's back, and he's practicing. I want to hit on this before we go because Cody Ford has been traded from Buffalo to Arizona. The Cardinals getting the guard, former Bills guard, and the Bills receiving a 2023 5th round pick in return. Go down in the comments. Tell me who you think won the trade.